Alright, here we go. Complete mess. Still got the syrup out from my day off or whatever. The truth is that, and look at this sink. That is a full situation. Alright. We got tons of eggs. And I did not take the butter out. So that's a situation. Alright, and I'm going to take everything else out and get this going. How long do you put this in here for? Not 30 seconds, so I'll have to come back and check that out. Avoid a complete disaster. Wow. Pro. Okie dokie. We got this. We got this. Now, I don't know if there's a timestamp on this, and I really don't care. Because the truth is, what an opportunity. Just get to bake and have a good time. This is a full thing. Look at all these eggs. Okay, so obviously this guy is not working on a paper. And feeling pretty fine. But there is still psychology that is of interest. But that doesn't mean that... So, okay. I just keep thinking about C-SPAN. And what would you discuss if you were in Auschwitz? But not like there, like... But what would you discuss? Where did that spoon go? How would you, okay, I'm making a trip over there. I had a big spoon I just took out. Where did that, it's right over there. But while you're making a trip, you may, and now I just feel like I'm in the worst place ever. Okay, so I still have some of this. May as well make some coffee. So I guess this is like Holocaust Remembrance Day. No, it's Earth Day. Yesterday. I think. Where's today? So the thing about it is like, you really gotta be sensitive when you're talking about the Holocaust. Especially these days. What with all these, like, don't even get me started. But the truth of the matter is that, what would you say? It's like, it's such a tough one. If you were forced to take it, I mean not forced, but if you were to have the privilege of taking a tour of that, what is it, like a facility? I think there's like an entire town. There's really no good there. So it's a tough one because you want to remember the Holocaust, but you also really don't want to be there. So what would you say while you were there? It's theoretical. Okay, so luckily, unlike the other day, see, this is kind of good because when I'm functioning like this, I feel like I'm learning more. Whereas if I was not talking through it, then it would just be kind of like, oh darn, I didn't turn the oven on again. And stuff like that. So now here's a good one, because you want to make cookies for everyone, because without the cookies they would leave. No question about that. If it was not for having everything that these people need at the museum, they would leave. They would go to down the street and get stuff to eat. This happens all the time. Because why? I don't know. That's just what people do all day. They just eat. And it's not tragic. It's cool. It's like, hey, that's America. I love it here. And I guess I'm making almond cookies. That's good. Who wouldn't like an almond cookie? I still have some almonds in here. Yeah, it's a tough one. And how do you get over it? That's the real issue. Is how do you get over the Holocaust? Obviously, it was not a pleasant experience, and I don't want to like demean the Holocaust and say that. I don't even think they could have books right now, because that would be really challenging to just. And they had to work. That's right. So that's why I keep thinking of it, because I had to write this paper about somebody who's lazy, and I kept thinking, oh well, obviously he isn't working, so that's like one major problem. But you cannot send somebody to work. There's something really. Yeah, we must fill every silence with noise. Okay, I've done this before, kind of. Get this for the top. So much on the counter. Yeah, I think that it's better to have. Whoops, that was too much. A little tiny bit in here. Just a little bit. Oh, I should have creamed the crap together. Okay, oh well. So I am having a really tough time with this video, because obviously when you're completely unprepared for something, this is what happens. And it's like, at least I'm staying busy. At least I know that there's an end to this, etc. And okay, this is just one of those days where I was not really thinking right or something. What do you mean? I was just not thinking right. I shouldn't have started making this video. But I'm gonna keep making the video, because I'm not like ashamed of being lazy and not coming up with any kind of a spiel or a script or something. But it was really inspiring watching those people on C-SPAN, because that's right, that lady interviewing. I'm gonna need another egg. Look at this. It's like all. I mean, there's only like one piece of butter in here. I mean, that's not gonna be any Very good. Maybe something. I don't know. Yeah, let's put something in there. We've got an egg. That's right. Just throw another egg in there. Got 3 eggs going. That's an omelet. That is really inspiring though to see these people who can manage all that stress. I mean, that lady, how would he possibly like handle being interviewed? I mean, this is his life's work, right? He spent years studying this, coming up with his book, and she's read the book. She liked it. Wow, good for her. And this guy, I mean, that's really cool. And to see the effects of everything, all his hard work, everything he wrote about. But that lady, it's like some woman, they just don't see it. They just don't see it. And I'm not going to get into it right now, but he was, okay, now it's too wet or whatever. This guy. So I'm almost done at least. That's good. Oh, I took out some almond extract. Well, I don't need that. This is just classic. It's so easy to talk about. What did you do? And nowadays, you don't even have to do anything. You can just sit there and travel the whole world over. Be like, oh yeah. I mean, I didn't even have to travel to the bookshelf to read about the Holocaust again. This is, so what would you talk about if you were there? I would talk about how you, okay, realistically, I'm walking around Auschwitz because the thing is, I'm not making a joke of it. I would seriously, well, I think that people talk about the silence, right? And I'd imagine that everybody there is not for the talking. And that's sort of unusual. Because normally these days people are just okay, this is like honestly, when you think about it, whew, this is some really quality, like look at this. I think that it has to do with that smell. When I put that almond extract in there for no apparent reason. Wow, but I can just tell like that is some top-notch cookie right there. So you go to the Holocaust, but the thing is, it's because I saw this very, very naive girl, and that's what the terrorists do right these days. They have a human shield, and at least with the Holocaust, there's really no humanity in it. In most people's today, they're like, yeah, well, that was bad. Don't do that. They were all evil. And to add some psychology to it is really, it's really painful. And to see people who are just completely like, you cannot talk about it and like be having a good time. And I think about it every day. Whenever I'm not, I don't like think, oh yeah, I have it so good and stuff. But I try to accept everyone and feel like fortunate or something, and definitely try to feel grateful or whatever. Grateful. I hate that so much. Like just word salad here. This is some gobbledygook, but at least I'm making something out of my stupidity. Because I am going to. How is this all going to stick on there? We're going to have to do a very thin layer. This part is just for looks. Well, there's nothing wrong with that because you aren't going to want to eat something that's like. Like, why would you walk into why would you walk into anywhere and eat anything? Like, it's just weird. Sometimes people walk in here and I'm like, look on the camera and they're like, they came back here and the first thing they do is they go into the fridge and you have to think to yourself, the first thing you do is say, who raised you? And you recognize that they probably just walked in here and they felt welcome, but then they just didn't really feel like welcome. They needed to think about themselves first. That would be good. And I can just see I'm just really. I always say though that the people in the Holocaust, they wouldn't want you to be miserable, and they would want you to smile. So I don't know how true that statement is, but I say it. I say that one. I don't know what good it does, but I don't think that the Holocaust. Okay, Rwanda. Here we go. So, what does Rwanda have to do with this? Okay, I'm gonna get a rubber band and then I'm gonna throw this in there and then I'm gonna clean up. Oh, I didn't even show. Okay, look at this. Wow, it's nice. Okay, I could use some. Oh, that's right. I learned this recipe. Okay. What is this? Everybody knows what this is. It doesn't even need a label. Yeah, that's right. I could probably put even more almonds on the top. But I'm gonna save them because I really like these cookies. I want to make them again. Oh my goodness, look at this kid. look at this youth, right? Not a kid. Okay, so there's really, cleaning is easy. That's the easy part. Who cares? And then everything looks nice. So there you have it, all clean, right? No, I'm done with this. This is one of those. But the thing is that of all the videos that I've ever made of this, it's like, oh, everything becomes a video. When I'm an old man, I don't care about the days when I just said exactly what I wanted to say. What I care about is probably saying to myself, how did I go to Auschwitz? Well, I didn't actually, but how did I went there, you know? I went there, and I didn't have a good time, and I stayed positive, but I and I kept forgetting. But that's because I wanted to make life better. I didn't want to be talking about it. That's a tough one. That's a real challenge. How do you talk about it? But also, like, there's some things that you don't want to talk about, but it's better once you did it, because then, well, I don't know. I don't think that there's anything that good that comes from it. So, so how do you get over this? The cookies are going to be sitting on the table for a long time, so not going to be an easy one. Not going to be easy, but I wasn't sharing stories because I guess I need to educate myself. Look, all right, so they came out, and here it is. Yeah, I had some of them, and it wasn't. I had not only did I get to taste the regular, but also there was some almond extract in there, and I was like,
Make it happen.
yeah.
By the way, Apis is very sick.